Welcome to Lavanya's computer classes. In this video, I will explain control statements in Java. Control statements in Java. So what is control statement? Means control statement are used for which instructions are to be executed in the program. It is the controlling the flow of programming. Controlling the flow of program, that means which part is ready to execute, which part is not necessary to execute. So that is explained too in control statements. So in these control statements, what are the control statements? Means first we go for if statements. If conditional statement. Conditional statement is a control statement, and the second one is switch. Switch is also a control statement because it is also a multi-conditional statement. So switch is a control statement. Then go to is a control statement, and loop statements. These four are called as control statements in any language. Now explain through Java statements. So these are the control statements. What is a control statement? Control, that means which I have to controlling the program execution. So which part of the program is execute and which program is not necessary. That means to skip some lines. So those, how to skip those lines which are not necessary, how to controlling the flow of execution using control statements. So there are four categories of control statements are there. One is the conditional statements, either it is if, switch, go to and loop. In this video I will explain only conditional statements if. So what is a conditional statement? What is a conditional statement? Means conditional, in the name only it is there. Conditional statements are used for checking the conditions. Checking the conditions. According to that condition, which part will be executed, which are not executed. This everything is explained through these conditional statements. In this conditional statement, we have simple if statement. Second one is if else statement. And third one is nested if statement. Nested if statements. So these three are known as conditional statement. If else ladder, everything is there. But we learn these three. Simple if else, nested if. So in any Java programming language, if is a command is used for checking the condition. So simple if else, nested if. So first we go for simple if statement. In the name only it is that it is only simple if. There is no else. So only simple if statement. So what is the meaning of simple if statement? Simple if. So what is the use of simple if statement? The simple if statement is used for checking the condition, because already we know it is a conditional statement. Checking condition. Either condition means either it is maybe true or false. If in the simple if, it explains only if the condition is true. If the condition is true, what happened, what you want to do it. But if the condition is false, it exit from the program, it exit from the statements. So in the simple if statement is used for checking the condition, that is also whenever the condition is true. If the condition is false, it not do anything. Okay. Syntax. The syntax is if is a reserved word. If condition, any condition, that keep it in the brackets compulsory. Yes, every condition either maybe it is true or false. If the condition is true, just execute whatever you want. If the condition is false, nothing, we are not specifying anything. So this is the simple if statement. Remember once only thing, in the simple if statement it is used only for whenever the condition is true. That time only it executing the statement. Flowchart. Already we know condition is used for rhombus symbol. Rhombus is used for checking the condition. Condition. If the condition is true, then execute true block statements. So whatever the statements are there, true block statement, those are the executed. If it is false, just exit from the condition only, not do anything, because it is a simple if statement. See here. Simple if, it is the syntax and it is the diagrammatic representation. Now I will explain if else statement. If else. If else statement is, it is used for checking both. If the condition is true, what happened? If the condition is false, what you have to execute. That is if else statement. Syntax is if condition. Condition is compulsory, keep it in the bracket. If the condition is true, either condition may be true or false. If the condition is true, execute true statements. Execute true statements, whatever it is. Else, if it is a flower brackets, means it is a set of statements. True statements are more than one, means compulsory keep it in the flower bracket. That means it is the starting to here ending. That these are the true statements. Else, if the condition is false, then we go to false statements, false block. Execute these statements. So this is the syntax of if condition. If else, the condition may be either true or false depending upon the condition. If it is true, execute only this part, not necessary to execute this one. That's why controlling which part is executed or which part is executed, have to control it, either execute this part or this part only. So how can you control? Means depending upon the condition. If the condition is true, execute this part, not necessary to execute this one, just leave it. If the condition is false, then skip these true block and execute these statements only. So this is called as if else statements. Next, third conditional statement, that is called as nested if statement. Nested if statement. What is the meaning of nested? Nested means if one if contains another if is known as nested if statement. One if contains many number of if statements. Many number of if statements is called as nested if. One if contains another if is called as nested if statement. So what is the syntax of nested if statement? In the next video I will explain all these things with examples also. First, if condition. This is the first one. I already said the condition may be true or false. If it is true, then we write true statements. We execute true statements. It is a block of statement. That's why we start with flower brackets and close with flower bracket. If the condition is false means without going to false block, we have to check one more if statement. That's why it is called as nested if statement. If the condition is false, we have to check one more condition. That's why you get if condition. So this if contains another if. That's why it is called as nested if statement. If condition. Again the condition may be either true or false. If it is false, false means again we write else. If it is false, again execute false block statements, or again we have to check condition. For example, I check one more condition. That means one if contain, this if contain this if, that is called as nested if. This if contains one more if. Again same thing, either it may be true or it may be false. If it is false, just write else, and then last one is write false block statement. So like this we can write the nested if statement condition. What is nested if means? One if contains any number of ifs, that is called as nested if statements. Draw the flow chart. First one is condition. Rhombus is used for condition. This is the first condition. The condition if it may be true or false. If it is true, true means simple thing. We just execute true block statements and just coming to next statements of if. Simple. Next statements after if statement. Whenever if the condition is false, that time only we have to do something. If the condition is false, again we check one more condition. So this condition contains another condition. That's why it is called as nested block statement. Again same thing. If the condition is true or condition is false. If the condition is true, what we have to do? We execute true block statements and just coming to after that next lines of the statements. If the condition is false, either we check one more if, otherwise write false block statements. Again one more condition means again same thing. If it is a true, again execute true block statements coming to next statements. If it is false, execute false block statements. Then coming to next lines like this, if you have to write the true flowchart for nested if statements. So this is the theory for what is conditional statements. In the next video I will explain all these statements with simple example programs, simple if, nested if and if else statements. Thank you for watching my video. If you like this video, please share it, subscribe it and like it. Thank you.